But yeah, we had a episode that, well, then we watched it and then we decided to like redo it. So it was really fun. It was a really good episode, but we're going to like redo it. All right. Destan, what's up? We're warming up here. It's very hot here in Fort Collins.
Yeah, it's hot down here too. Unfortunately, my room layout too is like terrible. It's like an N. So I have like an AC unit on one end, but then there's like a gradient to like my bedroom. It's like goes from like 60 to like 90 because the airflow just doesn't travel. But
it's like you have big windows too, so it probably does get hot in there.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have to warm up because it's so hot outside today.
Honestly, yeah, it's been crazy. Yesterday was actually cooler, but no, I just actually came back from an East Coast trip last week, and we were there during that huge heat spike, and that with the humidity was insane. So heat
Who
here. I was New York, DC, and like Baltimore.
But what were you doing?
Oh, I was visiting friends and family.
Nice.
So I don't mind this heat because it's dry at least.
Have you been watching the like Club World Cup or anything?
I've been seeing highlights. I haven't really caught like a full game yet. I don't know. It didn't really pique my attention, which is also the issue that they're facing, is that no one really cares about, I mean, these later stages are more interesting, but PSG versus like some unknown team is like not the the most exciting. Have you watched any?
Well, that's another thing. I agree. I've been trying to watch the highlights. Like if I can, I could watch a full game. Like I watched one of Man City's game. I watched Atletico Madrid versus PSG. But I think that's one of the other things is like a lot of the games are at like 11 o'clock and it's like not a great time to just like stop everything I'm doing, and I think like a lot of people didn't realize like what was really going on. But I think it's been pretty cool and I think it'll definitely grow. But also with like the DAZN, like I don't have a subscription for them or like I don't have the app. All the games have been on there. And so I haven't, watched too many like. Then you got to go download a new app and it's free right now, but they're going to be like, oh yeah, like, oh, they're like in a few months, you're going to see some charges or whatever, or like
that's how they get you
sign up for 3 months or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not sure what that DAZN is up to, or like if it's going to be a thing for the future, like then I'll keep an eye on it. But I already have like I have the MLS, like Match Day Pass. I have ESPN, I have Peacock, I have, YouTube, I have Fox Sports, like everything's on all the different channels, It's like how many things do you need to watch a game? But
Champions League is on Paramount sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly. Paramount. So yeah, I haven't downloaded it, but maybe next year it'll be more popular. And yeah, I do think it's cool. The winner gets like 125 million, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't know the reward amount. I think the trophy's pretty cool.
I think it's 125 million. So I think more clubs are like going for it now, because it's like that's a couple transfers, or for like Brazilian clubs, that's like a lot of money for their infrastructure.
But
yeah, what else is going on? Are you working out or like what do you got going on? You doing school stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing my master's right now, back at DU. So that takes up most of my time. I still stay like active, just like naturally like lifestyle, but mostly like running, lifting. I play like occasionally like the Sunday league type stuff at indoor on Thursday nights, but yeah.
Where do you play at? Or like what facility?
It's like they renamed it. It was like the Dome it used to be a bubble by like Del Valley. It's called, what is it called now? Something Sports Complex. I forgot the full name, but it's actually, I don't know if you've been there yet since they redid it. It's actually really nice. It's probably one of the nicest.
Redid it. Oh.
Yeah, it used to just be like the blow up bubble with like shit turf. You've definitely been in there before, but now it's like almost like a bigger edge. So higher ceiling, full size goals, just slightly like 3/4 field, 9v9. It's actually really fun.
I haven't been over there since like they remodeled, but I have quite a few friends that play over like at the field house, like over not in Golden, but like Lakewood or whatever that is. Like quite a few people play over there, like on Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday nights. I think are those leagues. How are you liking the men's league? Like, are you adapting or what?
It was okay. It's okay. I'm just like there to have fun. It's fun because I like my teammates. They're cool guys. But then like we played and we won the championship the first season,
Mhm.
and like the games just got like so intense, and like grown men like crying, and I'm just like, I kind of was like put off. I'm like, this is like absolutely means nothing. Like people had fans, like a fan rushed the field, a fan in quotes. And I'm just like, what's going on with this? Like, and I mean, I know because I did like the CCA stuff, and then obviously I'm just being around indoor soccer. It just always like escalates. So I've been not playing as much this following season because I just needed to step away because I was like, this is getting. I'm just gonna go run by myself.
I think it takes a little while to get like used to just like the difference in lifestyle and everything. Like with, oh, now you're not playing every day or doing it for your job. And then some of these people are taking it like more seriously probably than they should, or,
Yeah,
they maybe never reached like that level or whatever that you have. So they're in their World Cup there, and you're
yeah,
just trying to make sure you can go to work tomorrow or like get a
yeah.
sweat in.
Exactly. I was like, I'm just getting kicked. And I'm like, what's going on? And one of my teammates like comes like to back me up and he like pushes like he's like goes up to the guy like, why'd you like trip him? He's like, because I can. I was like, oh, like nice one, man. Like real alpha male there.
How's it going with school? Like, are you doing okay with things? Like, are you working too, or what's going on?
Yeah, things are going good. The first quarter I came back, there was a little bit of fish out of water because, you know, playing soccer for a couple of years with no school was, a different lifestyle. So getting back into the rhythm of things
Mm-hmm.
was a bit more challenging. Still went fine, but it definitely had an adjustment period. I work at the same time as a research assistant and a teaching assistant. So that covers my tuition, and then I also get like a stipend through that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's some more workload, obviously, but it is like worth it, and I think it's like good for my development, especially like personal skills. Besides like learning, because I have to like interact with students quite often, like run lectures or hold office hours. So it's good like talking, like because I was not naturally like a
Mm-hmm.
talking type of person, but it's been good practice to interact with like people.
Nice. And how long are you going to be doing that for? Or like, how long is
I
this program?
I'm just over halfway now, so theoretically, if everything goes to plan by next June, mid June, I should be graduating. So
Very cool.
time flies. Like I remember last time I saw you was at the Dome, but that
Oh
feels
yeah,
like ages ago, but also
yeah,
yesterday. Like time has been
yeah,
so weird.
yeah, yeah. That place is closed down right now, as well. Like, did you hear about it? Well, you probably know more than me because you were like playing for them. But
I mean, I heard like a little bit. Like I met with, if you remember, like Jackson Dietrich.
mm-hmm.
I hung out with him yesterday, yeah, yesterday, and he was telling me like the newly formed Hailstorms got kicked off because like the fields are
Oh,
owned
really?
by like the city now or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Eamon was actually trying to get me to play on that Hailstorm team,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not that interested, especially now that I found out they're scrimmaging like Real U16 or whatever.
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, that's
I saw that it was just like a 2 month season or something, like a weird, like I don't know what's going on with it, but
apparently they're going Nisa next year,
oh, okay.
supposedly. Yeah, I saw that Hailstorm turned off commenting on most of their posts now
Oh,
because
really? Doesn't surprise me. That's probably a smart move for them.
yeah, which is a shame because I did enjoy reading the comments because they're quite
Oh, I'm sure
entertaining.
you did. Yeah. I'm not on I'm on podcast now, so I'm not on
Uh,
social media, but yeah, that is funny. Chris was working there, but he's not working there anymore. Now he's working for NOCO Sports. I don't know if you
mhm.
have been updated there, but so he's still doing leagues and 3v3 league, like the adult league. Like I played tomorrow night out there, but it's outdoor right now because there's no indoor up here. There's no edge, there's no ODs, there's nothing, there's no arena.
So they don't run the dome anymore.
It's closed or like it's shut down. So
They finally put bathrooms in like 3 years later.
well, it has a big hole in it. Like the
Oh,
don't like it's
really?
closed. Yeah,
How'd the
like the
hole get in
county
there?
like locked it. What's that?
How did it get a hole in it?
I don't know. I guess they weren't taking care of it or whatever. And I don't know. Like the county went out there and like put it has like tape all around the whole building, and they put like locks on everything. So
Oh, jeez.
future legends they can do like like they do outdoor stuff. Like I guess they can still do hailstorm or like whatever, they can run events like outdoors, but yeah, the whole thing. So anyways, it's a bummer for all of us that want to play it because there's literally nowhere to play. Like this winter when you come back and stuff, there won't be, or like we'll try to play, I don't know, but there's nowhere to do it. So
Yeah, there's only arena, I guess, but that's also very small.
well, arena is also they don't have that field in there anymore.
They don't?
No, so they do like they have new ownership and they do like small group like strength and conditioning for like not for soccer, for like baseball, basketball,
Yeah.
like specialized, like, and it's like a really nice like gym in there with like private training and stuff for
Oh, so they took down like the walls and everything. It's just a workout space now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Man.
So there's nowhere.
Jeez, yeah, sounds like it. They really gutted the indoor soccer up
I know. It's like good thing it's warm till December now, but yeah. But think how many people like rent for their team and like all the leagues.
Yeah, I mean, arena has always been I feel like a staple for indoor.
I know. And at least, even Edge, they had, 7v7 or you could rent over there. But now the only thing is futsal. So hopefully somebody in the background is listening and is working on it, so.
Yeah.
All right. You feeling warmed up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Let me,
somewhere in Black Mountain Hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. One day his woman ran off with another guy. Hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. He said, I'm gonna get that boy.
Okay, guys, we're recording. This is episode 14 with Destan, but this is actually our second Zoom recording, so hopefully everything goes well. The last one was with Josh Fallon, also a DU alum. So I guess the DU alums are getting the Zoom links. I think you have to be a PIO to get the link. But yeah, we have Destan over here. We just warmed up, so now we're into the first half. Destan, Norman, like I said, he's a DU grad. And did you play like 7 seasons there or whatever?
Ended up being like five with the COVID year.
But yeah, so Destan's from Fort Collins. One of the things we're definitely trying to do is highlight some of the people from Fort Collins, Northern Colorado, who, have had a great journey. Even from Fort Collins, a lot of people, they'll be surprised to hear, your story and some of your highlights. But every year there's athletes and great people from the community that go on to do really good stuff out there. So yeah, you're one of them. And when I was also starting the podcast, like I kind of wanted to have it. I wanted to have like a little bit of where, like, okay, when I was still coaching or playing, like you were one of the first ones that was like a younger influence, that I was able to watch like your journey from, 13 or 14, like whenever we met, but I was able to, kind of follow your success. Still am following your success, but, I am friends with your family and, we still catch up quite frequently, still play ball. Like, I remember I was like, okay, I need to keep playing, like, so I could still play with Destan when he's like 30. That's always like one of my motivations, like to stay in good shape. But yeah, why don't you give us like a brief bio?
Yeah, great to be on. So, like you mentioned, born and raised in Fort Collins. Grew up there, started my soccer career there, playing club at Arsenal. Played there for quite a while, and then once that whole DA train took off, I started playing down in Denver for Real, Colorado. Mm-hmm. From there, I pursued playing in college. I knew I wanted a higher education and also wanted to combine that with my soccer experience. Fortunately enough, I was able to find that opportunity at the University of Denver, become a alum just like Izzy here. So went there, got my bachelor's degree there, as well as playing for the Pios. And once that was over, I still had a love for the game, and I decided to pursue it professionally, where I started playing for a team called Hailstorm in USL 1. And that's a brief overview of my soccer career up until now.
Awesome. And yeah, let me get into the sponsors real quick before I forget. Do you drink coffee?
I do drink coffee.
Or your parents? So this is one of our sponsors. So this is RasFarms. So I'll ship this down to you. But all the guests you also get a discount, but you get a sample pack to take home with you. Hopefully you have a coffee grinder down there, but it's really good, organic, like local coffee. And Adam Luvis is one of the sponsors for the podcast. But yeah, it's RasFarms. So you can click the link and get a discount there. And then Ellie, she runs Sacred Pines massage studio. But all the guests get 30 minutes cupping, like if you're sore from your indoor league or whatever, you can go in and get a cupping or a discount on a massage. And same thing, anybody listening, you can click the link and get a 10% discount to Ellie. And then we have Crystal Whitworth, Nick Whitworth's wife. So she is our official realtor. And yeah, got a koozie for you too to keep your soda pops or beers cold in this hot weather down in Denver. But those are the sponsors. And then we have the studio ball. So you aren't able to sign this through Zoom. Zoom doesn't currently have like a sign option. So next time we see each other, you'll have to sign the ball. But all of the guests so far have signed the ball except for you and Josh, because you guys were remote. Then maybe in the future seasons we'll have to solve how to get the ball signed like through Zoom. But so what's up? Why don't you give us some of your current relationship like with the game?
Yeah, so as of now, my relationship with the game is much more casual. I do it more for just like personal enjoyment, and just honestly, when you play soccer this long, it just becomes like who you are. You don't really have a reason why you watch it anymore. It's just like natural. So so I mostly just like follow what's going on in the leagues, watch games, enjoy talking with my friends of what's like happening, especially when their team loses. I'd love to give them a shout. And then I play
with some of your friends. Or like who are the teams?
One of my friends, he was an engineer with me at DU. So he didn't play soccer. He's a big Arsenal fan. And I usually support Liverpool in the Prem. So I love to give him a hard time when Arsenal like chokes. Which
is every year. And they're choking in the transfer window right now. But.
Yeah. So that's always a fun little text to shoot out in the middle of the day. I do that, and then I play casually in just an indoor league with some old college buds, which is a good way to get some steps in and also, kick a ball around.
What's the team name right now?
It's called Net 6 and Chill. So very original.
Oh, okay.
Very mature.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I always like a punny name. Are you interested in fantasy Premier League at all? We do.
I've played it before. It was fun. I didn't quite get hooked on, because it's just like we did the like total tally type league, and unlike fantasy football where it's like head to head match weeks, I kind of like get hooked on like that type of setup a bit more, because I feel like it made it a bit more competitive than when it just said tally. I felt like I got lost, but it is fun. Maybe I should get back into it.
Maybe I could see you being pretty good at it, because if you like watching like a lot of different teams and keeping up with people.
Yeah, the thing is, I need to like chill with like the fantasy sports, because especially when there's like money on the line, I spend a little bit too much time.
These are free. I play for free, so
yeah.
Mine is only for pride. My league's only for pride, but I never win it. I normally finish fifth. So, but I am proud of that. What else you got going on? Like, are there any teams like you're watching, or any teams you follow, or anything? Are you coaching at all?
No, I'm not doing any coaching at the moment. Mostly follow the Prem when it's on. Honestly, haven't been following soccer as much as when I was like actively playing it. So I mostly stick to the Prem and like the big results. Obviously, follow the usual social media accounts that like give me updates on what's going on in player transfers. So that's usually how I stay mostly connected to the game at the moment.
And what about with the DU guys? Like, are you keeping up with them or going to drop in on trainings and stuff?
I follow them during the season, and actually, like, since I'm back on campus, I see them sometimes when I cross. And fortunately enough, like, I still know some of the older players on the team, so it's fun interaction.
Like, which ones do you still like keep up
like
with?
Aiden Semmelsberger, Semmelsberg. I forgot how to say his last name correctly, but I probably stay up to date most with him. And then
Just
like
like
Gabe,
supporting or just sending texts or like how's
yeah, I
it
just send
going?
texts like, hey, like what's up, or running to him at the gas station, casual things like that. But I also stop by practice every now and then, say hi to the players or the coaches. But I haven't hopped into any trainings. Those days are behind me. I just let the young boys just run around. I don't need to get into one of those PIO days.
Yeah, that's probably true. But maybe you'd be good. Like maybe Frank's will let you go out there as like a neutral or something.
Yeah, I mean the squad's massive now. I mean it's like different. Like they have, I forgot what they had last season. They had near like 30 players on the roster. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, they have like 3 teams of 11s at practice, which is like insane. Especially compared to my days where like, especially with injuries, we had barely enough players to like field a practice at times.
Yeah. What were some of like the earliest memories that you had like along the way, like when you were little, or yeah, along this journey? What get into some of those earliest moments?
Yeah, so I mean, it's always been like a fond experience playing soccer because it's always been very rooted in my family and friends.
Mhm.
My dad's from Turkey, so he's very much into soccer. So it's always been a memory of going to games with him to play
And
or
he
to
was big with
watch.
like he was on handball, right? Wasn't he? Wasn't
Yeah,
he the MVP of like all of Turkey or something? Like, wasn't he in the Olympics?
I wasn't in the Olympics, but he was pretty good at handball in Turkey. So that was his main sport. But naturally, in these like European countries, like everyone plays soccer, especially like on the streets with their friends.
Mhm.
So or they have like deep deep connections to like their home team. So for him, that's Fenerbahce in Turkey. So I have really fond memories of like sharing those experiences in that culture, as well as going to World Cup and Euro games.
Mm.
Those are really fun and really cool experiences
Which ones
to
did
go
you
see
go to?
them. I'm forgetting the years, but I saw Ghana, USA in the World Cup,
Hmm.
Australia, Italy, the World Cup. This is the World Cup in Germany. Forgot what year it is. Um,
2008.
it's pretty early. Yeah, that sounds about right. Around there.
2006. 2006. Because I think 2010 was in South Africa, right?
Yeah, with the Jubilani.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So that was 2010, I think. But yeah, we currently don't have like somebody fact checking us, but maybe in the future there's an opportunity for somebody to do that. But yeah, around that time. Okay. So 2006, like you went over there, saw some of
Yep.
the games, or like you were part of it.
Yep. And then the Euros, I watched Turkey versus Croatia, which was a very crazy game and very exciting game. A little bit national pride as well. And then honestly, just when you're traveling around that region, even same for the World Cup, and you're not directly in the game, you're still immersed in the culture because, the whole country is lit up for the World Cup or
Mhm.
Euro. And yeah, it's just very exciting. You're watching on the TV or on the streets and everyone's there cheering, you hear it through your room. So it was a really cool experience.
So that kind of like influenced you, or you came back like with some unique experiences.
Yeah, yeah, it really like inspired me to have fun. Like I got a poster of Kaká up in my room. I got the got with Euro World Cup, but got it on early. Came back with my little World Cup ball souvenirs, that kind
Mm.
of stuff that I kicked around the house for fun. So yeah,
Mhm.
just like aid in development because like as a kid, you only do things because you enjoy it, and since it added to my enjoyment, it just made me want to play soccer even more.
Mhm. So that fired you up a little bit. And then what about like around here in Fort Collins? Like what were some of your earliest like moments with your Arsenal or with your rec, or like playing intermediate or anything like that? Or like coaches, buddies on your team?
Yeah, so I think I've been very fortunate throughout my career to have really good teammates and really good coaches.
Hmm.
Um, so my teammates were really fun to be around. I had really good support coaches like Chris and yourself, and that kind of just like aided in
Hmm.
um, my enjoyment of the game because naturally, like you hear experiences where kids are like berated by their coaches, and that's never
Hmm.
like helps motivate them to continue to want to play. So I think having those cool relationships with my friends going on. I remember like fond memories of our trips. There may have been some not so disciplined moments with other boys that may have given you a headache, but they're exciting and memorable to me as a youthful player. So yeah, just like it was fun, the soccer culture, traveling, playing games together, give like team camaraderie, something to look forward to after school. And yeah, it was just really what I look forward to most.
I remember, you were on an Arsenal team and Chris was coaching it, but you guys weren't very good.
No.
You guys were like struggling a lot, remember?
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember your dad was like giving you challenges and Chris was giving you challenges like in training and in games, but like sometimes like your dad would tell me like sometimes your team would be like losing 8-0 or something, but like your goal was to like complete this amount of passes or like make this many sprints or whatever, like you had goals for yourself each day, like outside of just like, yeah, if the team was winning or losing. Do you kind of remember that, or some of your memories like with that?
Yeah, I think I really appreciate like how I was coached by like Chris, like you, my dad, for those type of like lessons, because I felt like it really set me up well for soccer, but also as like for my personal life and just like as a character moving forward, because they helped me. Yes, soccer is a team sport, but there's still an individual within the sport, and sometimes you can't control everything in your life, like teammates or the results, but you can still like focus on what you're doing and like how to get better and put your best foot forward, improve. And I think those lessons I started to like, I didn't know what I was learning when I was that young, but I think those lessons start to sink in. And then as I got older and like look back, I can appreciate that, that I wasn't coached with like that type of mentality that like, oh yeah, it's your team's fault, like all the time, like, because I really like, is a scapegoat and like doesn't, I feel like would have let me not develop as much as like I could in those moments.
Yeah, those are big time lessons, especially like locally. Sometimes you're on a really good team, but sometimes you're not, but that's where it is up to you, like if you want to develop. And then I remember you played, so then you went up a year, right?
Yep. And I started
like
playing with your team
and those guys. Yeah. So I was coaching. That was the first team that I was ever coaching, but yeah, that was like Jake Rudel and Cole Crossett and Blake Monk, or I'm probably missing a bunch. Max Solomon, but
Max Ariano.
Oh yeah, Ariano. Yep. Yeah. So go ahead. What was that kind of experience like?
It was great. I mean, I feel like I'm going to say it's great about a lot of things, but I'm very like thankful for most of my experiences. So that's the general theme for tonight. But I liked it a lot because they were way better than my age group. So I always liked a competition. I always like to, I like a good challenge. So it was fun to play with more skilled group that, just like made me have to like be better. And yeah, it was just some really great players too. So
yeah,
Jake is an athlete. Besides like his soccer skill alone, like he's just an athlete.
Yeah.
So it was just, a really fun time to be there.
Him and Max Solomon, Jake Rudel and Max Solomon were playing soccer tennis together this weekend, like in the tournament. And yeah, it's always good catching up. But yeah, I remember like one time I was yelling at the whole team, like I was saying, like, you guys will never play like Division I soccer, like you'll never, blah, blah, blah. But then like 8 of you did.
Hey, you
got it wrong, or maybe it helped some, but didn't help others. But yeah, now I'm looking back and like, yeah, even, Monk or went to, a lot of people like Cole, there were like, I think 8 guys on the team that did go play. But yeah, anyways, I remember I ended up moving to Denver to coach at DU, and then I was also going to coach at Real. So I had told Marty like, oh, there's a player up here, Destan. He's pretty good, because it was for like the U16 academy team. There were tryouts. So I remember I was telling Marty like, hey, there's a player you should probably take a look at. He's been playing up in age group. He's doing really well. But I didn't know like if you would actually make it, or even if you would make it, then if you still want to go, because like obviously your family and you would have to commute down there regularly. But do you remember that part?
Yeah, I like to joke that I paid my college tuition and gas driving down to Real.
That's a good joke, Destan. That's a good joke. You're not normally joking around.
I got a few in the back pocket every now and then. But yeah, I went down there. Remember doing like a tryout of sorts, or participating in the practices, and I was fortunate enough to get a position on the academy team. And yeah, that was just a different. That was just a new level in everything, because like going from my original team with Chris to yours was a step up, and then going to that academy was a even larger step up, because everyone there was focused on like not only like the skill average was higher than back in Arsenal, but everyone's mind was on the same thing. Like at Arsenal, like we had really good players like Max, but that didn't generally mean that, or necessarily mean that they wanted to play at a higher level. They were just like naturally gifted, and it worked out for
He was on that team, yeah. Josh.
Just worked out for that level, but everyone at academy, you know, was focused on wanting to make a collegiate team. So it was more driven, cultured, and yeah, it was just like slightly more serious towards, you know, committing to soccer as a future.
And what were some of like, did your family talk about, oh, how are we going to be able to do this, you know?
They must have, behind my back, at least financially. They did tell me that like I need to like keep up with my grades and whatever, and like be able to manage both. And I think what my dad liked to say, what Chris actually told him, he told my dad that, well, if he can't do this in school, then he won't be able to do it in college. So I guess they saw it as like a, you know, test run, and like it would filter, or, you know, cut me out if I couldn't like do it, and that'd be that. But it ended up working out quite well, I think. So it was a good experience.
And so then, you know, were there any other memories that you have of like the new academy that was going on, or like trainings with Marty or anything, or playing on that team?
Yeah, I mean, a load of memories, a lot of travel trips, a lot of fun characters to be around. Marty's coaching style, he's very energetic, very, you know, connected well with the players. It's fun to be around. I really enjoy like training at the Heritage, I believe it's called. Heritage a lot. And oftentimes like in the winter we'd be under the lights, and you know, that's always just like fun. Like the lights always add a new level of excitement, even to like the same passing drill that you might be doing. So it was just like really fun being there. And I like the players, I like the staff. I got along with it a lot. Like Lauren's so fun to talk to or be around. And like, yeah, so I really truly enjoyed Real.
Jay McLean was one of your assistants also on, I think, that first team. But Jay's son, Michael, went to Denver. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know. Someone may have mentioned that something.
He was like, when I was a freshman there, he was a senior. So he helped me a lot, like getting acclimated and adjusting, you know, to new people and everything. But yeah, anyways, I was just curious if you had some memories from that Real Academy and what that was like. And then, yeah, I think I remember several times, like because I was working at Real, but I would be like assisting Lauren or whatever, you know, like training in or helping with the sessions. But yeah, are there any experiences from Real that like stand out? Like good?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to choose good memories because there's just so many of them. Could talk about it all day. I remember it was like the first time I truly started to experience like competitive games. Like the Real Rush rivalry at that time was pretty intense, and the games would get crazy. The parents would start heckling players, and I thought I really enjoyed that. I mean, looking back, it's a bit silly, you know, it's like parents heckling like a 15-year-old kid, but it was quite exciting. Or, you know, like everyone like gossiping about like who they're gonna like send in which college they're gonna email, or like who's coming to watch the game. And it was a lot of laughs were had, but that was a good time.
Any like ups and downs, like for you, like any highlights that stand out, or low times, or like challenges?
Yeah, I mean, during I mean, everyone's always battled with it. Like my battled with it within sports. Like consistency is always like the number one challenge, I feel like, for most athletes, as it was for me. And it was like a battle for me, like to, especially when I'd have a drop in consistency when like I knew like a college that I was interested was watching. That would be like a really frustrating moment for me. And so just like being able to, brush that off, have like a short-term memory and just like focus on, what I can control and moving on, because that game is in the past, that missed touch is in the past, and just like dealing with like disappointment and like, like it wasn't that big of a deal looking back now, but like in the moment I was like, oh darn, like nothing like after having a bad game, like it's like super emotional. And like at Arsenal, like because the level wasn't as challenging, like I feel like I probably could have get away with bad games. Like I think my coaches and my dad would see if I had a bad game and still say something, but it was obviously like not as a parent, or like other players wouldn't capitalize on it as much. And just being at the higher level of academy, it was like my bad days were more evident, and it could just like add to my frustration of like obviously wanting to be consistent and play well.
That's good. Yeah, I think one of your things was always like you enjoyed the challenges, and then sometimes there's good days, but sometimes there's tougher days. What about Denver? Like on my side, I kind of remember I was saying, because I was also assistant at that time at I was director of ops at Denver with Bobby was the head coach, Ryan Hopkins and Jamie were the assistants. But I remember like you guys were coming to a camp, but I was saying, okay, so this guy Destan, he's from Fort Collins, like he runs all over. He has good grades, he might be like one to keep an eye on or something. But I was saying he also might be a little bit under the radar because he's been playing up an age group, like on this good Arsenal team. And then now he's just started at academy, with Real, and, Marty picked him or whatever. But I remember you at that camp. But do you remember any earlier experiences with Denver, or like how did you decide to go there, or what were some of those connections?
Yeah, so I mean, Denver's always just been in my life. Mostly started, I guess, between having you and Chris as coaches, and then it started out with just like winter ID camps. Not necessarily because I needed to be ID'd or that was my goal, because I started them pretty young, like even before like I guess like college. A recruitment was like starting, but my parents would just sign me up for that, for every like winter ID camp was like something to do. And especially in Colorado, you need to like take opportunities where you can to play soccer when it snows. So it was just become a annual thing. And then through your recommendation, also Jamie noticed my work ethic, because I did just like to run around these camps and like chase the ball. So through that, and then just like being around the area, knowing alumni, and developing these connections through coaches and clubs, just like Denver just became, just like around, just in my life consistently.
And what were some of the steps along the way, like that helped you make the decision to commit there? Like, what was that like with the coaching changes, or?
So I really.
Well, your sister went there too, right?
But, yeah, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I committed before she decided to go there. But yeah, there was a lot of reasons. Mostly, I think the school and Jamie were the bigger ones. One, I really enjoyed talking to Jamie. Like he like is a very direct coach, which I was looking for. Like I didn't want someone to say one thing to my face and then do something else behind my back. And I felt like what he would tell me straight. And I really liked the package that he was like selling me, of like, not only you're coming here to play soccer, but you're also doing personal development, and like you expect good grades. So it was a good combination, because academics were still important to me. And it was just finding that balance. Like I was also recruited by like Dartmouth, and I talked to the coach, and he was like, yeah, you're just coming here for like school, and like soccer is just like, there. But that wasn't really the level that I wanted at the time. So like schools like that were not as appealing to me. So DU really caught my eye, because it's always been a very competitive program, and it would offer me good soccer and a good education.
Very cool. What were your like parents saying about things? Were they wanting you to stay there? Was it like a financial thing? Were they trying to get you to go somewhere else? Or
Honestly, they didn't really give much input. I think my parents have always been very trusting in my decision process. Fortunately enough, through like academics and soccer, the financial side wasn't that big of a deal due to like scholarships and whatnot. So there wasn't that much of a discussion there, and it was just like, yeah, it was a good fit, and I'm sure they were happy to have me stay in state. You know, my sister, both being at the same school, make it easy for them to visit us and whatnot. So it just really was a perfect match.
amazing. And so what was that? Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about maybe some of your highlights like in the second half, but that was probably a pretty special moment like for your family. They're probably pretty happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, my dad loved it. Like he came down to he's like the most loyal DU fan. He still is a DU fan.
I think he has his own seats. Like I think he has his own little like section over there.
Yeah, has his name engraved on it. Yeah, he loved it, like coming down to the games. Like, yeah, he's just
very cool.
True fan. He traveled to games, so it was fun.
And then what about once you were in the program, what were some of your like experiences?
So it was very challenging, and I'm very appreciative of the challenge. Jamie always like pushed me to be the best I can, soccer wise, and also as a person or a leader on the team. Like he always like gave me challenges to develop. So it was always a challenge to play my best, and like there was a very high level of accountability. So like what I mentioned previously, like having those off days, like really like I felt like my consistency was called into check, and I really had to work on like what steps before practice or before a game would lead me to the best result. And that wasn't always easy. Like I failed a lot, and I had to learn a lot too, because especially I was doing a mechanical engineer bachelor's, which isn't necessarily the easiest thing to balance with a Division I schedule.
Yeah.
So oftentimes the stress of like one activity, like a midterm, would influence my performance in soccer, unfortunately. So it was a challenge of balancing both, but I really enjoyed that challenge, and I had some really good friends on the team that helped me, and it made it worth it, really. Like coming in the morning, that's honestly what I miss most about soccer, is you just like hanging out with your best friends for a couple hours a day, just like kicking the ball, and having coaches. Yeah, and having coaches that actually like cared about like, you know, me as a person and a player.
Do you remember any like tough days like running or the winter workouts, or like give us some of the like, oh, these were tough days?
Oh, I remember like a lot of tough days. So yeah, we had quite a bit of fitness. There's one funny day where some of the players got in a little bit of trouble in the intramural volleyball.
Oh, no.
And you know, we had very high accountability on the team, so like that type representing the team like that was not acceptable. So we were just running like full field like suicides.
Oh yeah,
and at one point like we don't even know like how many more are left. Like Shaw would just be like, run. And we would just like go, and yeah, that was just like at the end, like because they didn't tell us at the start why we were running. They're just like, does anyone have anything they want to like confess? So, you know, no one said anything for like the first like 3 runs, but after that everyone's like dying, and then like everyone just starts like volunteering like some like reason, like what
like we went out on Tuesday night.
Yeah,
and
like
they're like, no, run more.
Yeah, like Nick Garter was like, sorry, I went to dinner at 6, and I had 1 beer and I was in bed by 9, but that wasn't like a good setup for my performance at practice. And that's obviously not the reason we were running, but like, you know, everyone would just like try to like, you know, volunteer what they think might be the cause. But Shaw wouldn't say like yes or no. He'd just be like, run. And that was like a super, now looking back, that was really funny fitness sessions.
But at the end, did you guys figure it out? Like, what
yeah. Yeah, it ended up being Will Pump with he had like dressed up as like in a full suit at the intramural volleyball game. It
nice,
was, you know, it was like yeah, coaching the team, and apparently someone had complained about it.
Well, that is a funny story. Thank you for sharing and not making it like too graphic or whatever, but
no.
some fitness work.
Yeah, no.
Fitness work also, it brings the team together.
Yeah, it's a very bonding experience. Like the beep test, really grueling. I believe they probably still do it, but like every summer, the fitness test. Yeah, like everyone, like seeing everyone push themselves, I think like is a good bonding experience. And then you get afterwards, you're like, dang, like that was tough, right? And it's easy to get along and like connect with people over like a common shared experience.
Yeah. What about some good moments? Like, I know we're going to get into your highlights, but what else was good? Like playing when you were young, or, getting to meet a bunch of cool people.
Yeah. Jumping back a little is, oh my God, what is his name? Who's the German coach, before, the national coach during the 2008 World Cup or
Jurgen Lowe?
Klinsmann.
Oh, Klinsmann.
Yeah. So it was exciting. Back in academy days, we were at the Florida Showcase, and his son was actually playing on one of the academy teams at the time. And
his son went to Cal. His son went to Cal, but go ahead.
Yeah, and we saw him at the Florida Showcase, and we all took a picture together. And yeah, it was cool because I followed like European soccer a lot because of like my dad, and also at the World Cup. So it was cool to actually like see someone in person and get a picture with them. So little fanboy moments like that and whatnot. Just watching soccer, going to games, just like always been like those bigger games. Like I'd always come to DU games, and I always had the feeling like that looks fun. Like I want to be out there, and just like memories like that, just like made soccer thrilling and like made me want to like pursue it.
Very cool. So yeah, I remember a few things with like following your Denver career. You got like I was coaching in college all over the country, but you did get quite a bit of an opportunity to play when you were younger, and then you also got an opportunity because you got the extra seasons because of COVID. So that was like pretty unique that you had to go through all of that, but then also you'll get like in the stats and everything, like you've played a ton of games for Denver and a lot of appearances, a lot of like, hard work, but that's really unique, also that you went through all of that.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I chose Denver, because Jamie was very honest, and he's like, I'm not going to give you a spot, but we do see you as like a player that could come in and like play. And I didn't play the first game, and I definitely had to like work for it, as well as some bad performances on other players' parts. Led to an opportunity which I was happy to take, and yeah, it just like worked out because I didn't enjoy like the time I was not playing. Like is probably like the worst time. Like every player, no player wants to like be on the bench. And that was like also a new level of frustration because I'd never been like a bench player before, and just dealing with that and like wanting to like be on the field was just a new hunger that I like found at Denver.
And what about after Denver? So what was like next step for you? Like, were you trying to get into some trials or like get into the draft, or what was that like?
Yeah, so I was trying to do trials like throughout my Denver career, like because of Masaki Hemi, like there's that connection at Mexico United, and I was supposed to go train with them during the summer, one of the summers, but unfortunately that was when COVID hit, so that whole opportunity got shelved.
That was like that year.
Yep. So that never happened. But from there, I just played my last COVID year, and then it was like a very, very good like personal development experience because no one likes to fail, and like there's always that uncertainty with like pursuing the unknown. And like Jamie really encouraged me, just like, hey, just set your mind to it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, like you gave it your best shot, and you could walk away with your head high. Instead of like playing that like middle ground, you're like, I'll maybe try, maybe not, So I decided to go full in, and I was able to secure a trials essentially at Switchbacks. So I was there for a couple of weeks training with them. They didn't have a position.
Was the coach there, Trichu?
What's up?
Who was the coach there, Trichu?
I forgot his name. Really tall, kind of spiky black hair. He left there about like 2 seasons ago now.
Mm.
But yeah, there was an opportunity there for me. So I started going on combines. I actually did a combine for Hailstorm. Not gonna lie, that wasn't my best performance at that combine, but it was a good experience. And then I went from there and did one in California for Path to Pro.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I actually got connected with my agent, Eric Carey. And he was able to set up a trial for me at Hailstorm, back at Hailstorm, where I had that original combine, so they were familiar with me. And I went on trial there for a couple weeks, and it went really well, and I was able to secure a contract from that. So
Awesome.
I ended up being a successful pursuit of professional once going from college, and I stuck with that for a little while.
For a couple of years, or like how long did that? How long was your contract, or what were the experiences like with Hailstorm?
So I played like two and change quarters. I had like 2 full-year contracts and then a miniature contract after that. So it was good. It was the first time that I played soccer without school, and that's always been the battle of two wills for me, because like school's always I always push myself in school and I always push myself in soccer, and they always try to like fight for who gets most of my like energy. So I really enjoyed the lifestyle and not having to worry about school for months. I really felt like my soccer peaked there. Obviously, it's being surrounded by a higher level of players also help. There's a higher standard, and you naturally like get better just being in that environment. But yeah, I just enjoyed it. You know, it was a great lifestyle, training in the morning and then not having to do class or homework and just like hang out with the boys, play video games, do whatever you want with the rest of your day. It was quite the lifestyle. It's actually it's an interesting world that going into that after being in like school where you always have something to do.
Where were you living? Like, did they have housing set up for you? Like, what was the?
So part of my contract gave me housing in a provided apartment in Windsor, Colorado. So I was living there for a couple of years. But really, really clean, safe area. I liked it. Not the most to do, but you know, it was a good, very, very nice apartment complex.
Very cool. And what do you have any like ups and downs like while you're playing professionally there?
Yeah, so naturally, like there's always high competition, and you know, it's very different, the management style compared to like college. So it was always like a high competition for starting spots, and I was oftentimes in and out of the roster, and that would be very like frustrating, especially like as a player, because not only you want to play, but when you're in and out of a roster, it's hard to develop consistency. So it forced me to try to like develop a new skill. Like, you know what, no matter when I get put in a game, like I'm going to be able to perform. Like that was like a challenge I gave myself. No matter if I started, get something at the 20th minute, halftime, or 89th minute, you know, like trying to like have a set routine or mentality going into that game that I'm going to, you know, be able to go out there and like show my best and try to earn more minutes for the next game.
Yeah, I remember one time you were feeling like a little low, but I was also talking about how, maybe it was a similar mindset, but with training too. Like I was telling you, you have to be like the best player in training, but like for you too, you know, not just like to earn your spot or to show the coach, but one of the reasons you're there is like to improve as a player. And then whether you're going to continue with that team or a new coach is coming in, or you're going to get transferred at the end, like in training, you have to like really push yourself and make sure like if the starters are not, you know, the starters not training that day or whatever, you need to make sure you're in better shape than they are. You know, you need to be in the gym. Like if you're not getting those minutes, like you got to really take care of Destan and be the best, you know, Destan that you could be. But yeah, any other things that you could think of?
Like challenges wise?
Was it tough? So then after you decided like, you're not going to play anymore. Now you're going to go back to school. What was that kind of like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've always had, I've always been been successful like soccer and school. So I always knew I had like school or my engineering degree in my back pocket. And unfortunately, soccer is playing soccer is a temporary gig, unfortunately, because of biology, you can't play soccer forever. And I haven't developed a passion yet, like where I wanted to go into coaching after soccer. So I knew I wanted to fall back on my engineering degree at some point. And it just I was always debating of when I wanted to do it. And I actually liked Sal's advice. I remember he gave it to me a long time ago. I remember he told me, he didn't even know who I was at that point probably, but he's like, how I decided, this is him speaking, how I decided to leave is I just had an opportunity there and it just made the decision for me. And that kind of I always remind myself of that when I was stuck in my mentality of when should I make this transition? When should I start looking into this? Because I'm a classic overthinker and I like to plan out my life. But I had that shorter contract that ended mid 2024-ish, I believe. Mm-hmm. And during that time, my agent started to look out for new opportunities for me, as well as I started to poke the water and see what's out there for me on my engineering side. And through my good connections, because I was able to develop good relationships with the engineering department at DU, I was able to come across the opportunity to do a master's and get paid while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So that opportunity would start the fall of 2024. And to me, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity that I literally transitioned in 3 months. And I was I kind of felt like it was meant to be, unlike other situations where I might complete a full season of soccer and then have to wait a whole year to start something else if I wanted. I kind of felt like I just love the idea of just being able to transition smoothly into a really good opportunity, but very little time wasted instead of spending a year to maybe figure out what I want to do.
Yeah.
So as Sal said, an opportunity just presented itself and I was like, yeah, this actually fits my life goals better than what I wanted at the moment. So I just went with
Plus, the campus and what you're already versus somebody just moving across the country to be in Denver. You could be there in 1 week, if you need to be. You're good. Yep.
And that was also part of the appeal. I mean, it was a very safe decision. I knew what I was going to get out of it.
Yeah.
I knew the people. You can for example, go do a master's somewhere else, but you might not get along with other students there. You might not get along with other professors there. Mm-hmm. So that variability just wasn't in this situation, which was more appealing as well.
Jeez, what a journey, Destan. So is that good? Are you good on the first half there?
One day walked in town, booked a hotel room in a local saloon, and Rocky Raccoon checked into his room.
Okay, we're live here in the second half. Destan Norman podcast, episode 14. Destan was just joking about how he's probably left somebody out of the starting lineup, which is a little ironic because in the first half he was complaining when he got left out of the starting lineup. So, but I guess it's tough choices, it's tough decisions.
It's tough being a manager.
It is, but we'll come back to the starting 11 towards the end of the episode. But yeah, let's start the second half with some of your biggest. Some of your biggest accolades, some of your biggest moments, biggest accomplishments.
Yeah, so I think I've had a decent share of accomplishments. I think in soccer, I would describe my accomplishments that I consider accomplishments for myself, soccer-wise, academically, and also personal. I'll start on the last one, personal. I felt like it's really provided me the opportunity to accomplish a lot with my character, not only pushing myself in trainings, fitness, mentality, but also through tough times of not only playing we discussed before, but I had a couple more serious injuries, including a broken arm. And my most concerning one was I tore my LCL going into my last season at DU, and all these injuries like were super difficult. Not necessarily like physically, but very difficult mentally for me to come back with. So I really felt like it was an accomplishment on my end. I was really proud of what I could do to like overcome these injuries and come back arguably stronger. And I really just like, yeah, that's probably one thing that I like to talk about when I talk about soccer, because it's not always about like it's a game, but like it means a lot more to people outside of just like a ball on the field, and it's really part of life and like helps you become a person as well as like entertain you. But moving into some of the academic accomplishments, like I said, I like to push myself academically and soccer wise, so I oftentimes would make dean lists or whatever academic accolades there are within the school, but as well making the like all academic team or receive those academic honors within the collegiate league, which was the Summit League at the time. So those as well, making like the all academic team and whatnot. Then moving into soccer, under DU, I believe we won so I played 5 seasons. We won 4 out of the 5 regular seasons and 4 out of the 5 Summit League tournament trophies, I believe. So that was a big accomplishment. It's always fun to win things. That's a big part of the game too, is collecting hardware and sharing those fun moments with your team. So with those wins, I also made the like all tournament team. And now that we're talking about it, it's facing my mind, but in those general areas, as well as I was really proud of not only like me, but my team. I believe it was junior year. No, maybe sophomore year. I think sophomore year. DU, as a collective, we were able to get DU ranked as #1 for the first time in program history. It was a very short ranking because then we went and got smacked by Virginia. That RPI took a hit, but it was a big accomplishment for the program as well as the team to show that like the efforts of the collective were like lifting the program up. And then, I think one of my bigger accomplishments or highlights, I guess, was scoring the game-winning golden goal against Virginia during my last season. That was a really thrilling and rewarding experience, like playing a full 90 extra time and then going into golden goal. Probably the last golden goal scored for DU, because I believe they removed that rule. So I think
there you go. That's a good little stat.
They don't give me an accolade for that, but that's up there. Last golden goal for DU. But it was a really, really fun game. So that's probably one of my fonder memories. And then going over a brief overview of all these things, getting the professional contract was a huge, huge moment for me. Because, it's always been like the childhood dream, kicking the ball in the backyard, like, oh, I want to play like pro, that kind of thing. So actually getting like pen to paper made it like a real accomplishment, like a real thing. It's like, oh, like nice, like fist bump little me like 20 years ago. So that was really fun. And then within Hailstorm, we had a very successful inaugural season and had a lot of good results, including upsetting Switchbacks each time in the Open Cup, as well as upsetting Real Salt Lake at home in that would have been like 3rd or 4th round of the Open Cup off the top of my head. So those were like really fun experiences. The Real Salt Lake game was the biggest crowd I'd ever played around. I think it was like a record Open Cup game at the time. I believe they reported numbers around 19,000 people attending or watching. So that was like super fun, super exciting. And then at the end of my first season, I scored a game-winning goal with my left foot of all foots. I think it's the only shot I've taken with my left foot, but it went in and it was a game winner. And it gave us a brief playoff shot. Unfortunately, we needed some other results to go our way, so they didn't go our way. So it ended up not leading to a playoff bid, but it was a very exciting goal.
Okay. Any other things you could think of, or any beep test scores that you're proud of or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've always kind of like as like my coach has always preached, you have to know what you bring to the table, and what I bring to the table is like my energy, physical game, and a lot of that comes from my like fitness levels.
Yeah.
So I always like make it my objective to win every fitness test. So I think for every season I played on a team, I've always won the fitness test. So whether that's the beep score, beep test, or at Hailstorm we did a different type of fitness test, I always made sure that I won it. Which, it's like I would put that pressure on myself, which was good to like try to reach these goals. And that level of stress like increases like my like concentration and oftentimes effort. And I think not only did it do a lot for like me as a player, but I think my fitness was able to help DU improve. And I really hope that like other people can understand, like, I loved how Jamie would preach, you leave a place better than you found it. And when I came in, like a good beep test score was like 20 point something. Like that was like the standard then. And I came in and I really elevated like what people's standards of like fitness was. And I set it at a much higher, I believe it was like 23 point something, a much higher score. And I love what the team has been doing since, like like Trevor Wright will come up to me, he's like, hey, I just beat your beep test score. And, I love that that's happening, because like, I raised the level from when I came in, and, that inspired like, the younger players to like be even better than I was. And it's like really cool to see that, like the standard, the fitness level is getting even higher. And I'm excited to see like what it'll be at. Hopefully someone can like beat the beep test at some point.
Maybe that's why you need to go back and hop into, maybe you just need to be there that day.
I don't know.
Sign some autographs. Did the beep test.
I don't think I want to hop at the beep test. That's the body aches now. It's not the same as my spry 18-year-old body. It could just run through walls. But yeah.
Those are great. Anything else you could think of? Any other highlights or big moments?
I mean, not necessarily a good moment, but I guess a highlight was like, the way you go out is like, very memorable. And the way I went out of my college, the way my college career ended is very memorable. Actually, it was the round. Oh my God, I need to get better at these details. I love like, have you ever listened to his story from Jamie? He knows like every detail. He can always like recall like perfectly. But I'm like the opposite. I don't know, like I don't remember anything. I think it was like my last tournament push at DU was very, very thrilling. So we went and played at GCU, and we ended up winning, getting an early goal, and then like parking the bus as you do in college, and just get an onslaught of long balls onto you. But that was a really exciting game, because like GCU has a very, very, very strong fan base for all their school athletics. So it was a very exciting game. They had drums. It was the first time being in that type of like environment. And that was a good win. And then after that, we went and played Clemson. And Clemson actually ended up winning the whole thing. So that actually foreshadows what's going to happen in the game.
They also were really good that year. Like they were
really good. But we held them to 0-0 through regular time. And then we went to extra time, where there was goal and goal at that time in college. And I remember the play, they were attacking our box, and they cut it back to the PK spot, and I'm between the goal and the guy the ball is getting cut back to, and he receives the ball just like between the PK spot and the 18, and he winds up to shoot it, and I like turn my body to block it. The guy swings so hard, he misses the ball. He doesn't touch the ball or me, but he swung so hard, he like spins and falls. the ref blows, gives them a PK, and they win on the goal. And that actually clip was popular on the internet for a little bit because people are like, how is this a PK? Like, it's like a terrible call. The guy didn't even touch the ball, didn't touch me.
Bad reffing. One of your highlights is bad reffing.
Yeah, but it was just like,
blame it on
the end of the day. At the end of the day, like, just like out of your control, and it was just like I was so proud of the team and like what we had done that season, and just like very thankful. It was just like, I put my best foot forward, and yeah, it was just like I had been dealing with a lot of stress that season because I was like one of the older players on the team. There's a lot of expectations to lead, as well as like obviously it was my last season. I knew I wanted to go pro to do really well. So I'd been battling with like a lot of like stress and anxiety that season because I wanted to do well. We actually, like, to get into the tournament, we had to win our Summit League conference tournament as well. And we played in oh my God, I'm forgetting the name, wherever Western Illinois is. Do you remember
Is it like Charlemagne or like what's it called?
I can't believe I'm forgetting the name, but that's such a bad place to play. But you're playing like foot tall grass. Like, it's
Apparently
like
the podcast doesn't have a like we need somebody in the background looking up the stats and everything.
You do. But like, it was a terrible place to play soccer. Like, it's foot tall grass, so like not pretty soccer. And leading up to the tournament, we were practicing PKs because that's naturally what like teams do going into these tournament styles where you might go to PKs. And I literally like was not sleeping through, like, up to the game because I was stressing because I knew like going into like the Summit League, like the other teams weren't as good as us, so the only way, like, they would just park the bus, so the chances, especially with foot tall grass where like soccer's crap, like the chance of going to PKs are like very high. Where anything, so I was literally stressing so much going into the tournament that I was not sleeping at all. And then it did go to PKs. It was like the most thrilling PK shootout ever. Well, we actually went back to, I'm a little all over the place. We went to PK shootouts in the semis and in the finals. But I didn't shoot in the semis because we won it before. But
and you're not good at shooting, but
in the finals, it was a thrilling shootout. All our starting players, our first kickers, decided to shoot the same way they shot in the first half, in the first game, and the keeper obviously like knew that, so we missed a bunch, and then so we're like, oh my God, we're gonna lose. And then actually, he's gonna be my starting 11. Kobe Gray, our goalkeeper, made some incredible saves to keep us in the game, and it finally came down to me to have I would get the winning shot. For the PK shootout in the final. And oh my God, talk about like the peak, like literally what I was like having nightmares about. Like, I wasn't even taking a PK, like just another PK shot, like spot 1 or 2 or like 2 or 3. I was taking like the last shot, like if I score we win type of shot. And I remember the walk up, putting it down, and just like taking that deep breath before striking the ball. And I can't describe the amount of relief I felt when I saw that ball like hit the net and ripple. And I just gave out like the largest like scream, like not even because like we're just all that exciting just coming out. It was just like a very like unreal moment because I was like so stressed, and like that also secured our NCAA bid. So that was like very, very emotional and like memorable experience of going down and winning a championship with the team there.
Maybe if you would have been sleeping, you wouldn't have gone to penalties in the first place.
Maybe. I mean, it was a battle. That place.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Let's get the starting 11 going because you're already like about to get into it. Kobe Gray was the captain, I guess, or is going to be the captain, I think.
Yeah, it's always good to make a keeper the captain. I feel like it's a solid position.
Yeah, I know you like jokes, Destan. So my joke here with the starting 11 is always that this is the viewer, like, because we don't have any viewers yet,
Oh, yeah.
This is the viewer favorite part of the show because it's only me right now. See, I got some too. All right, so let's make sure. Can you see the tactic board?
Yeah, I can see the top half.
No, you need to be able to see the whole thing. So does it need to be more like this?
Yeah, I can see it like that. Yeah, I won't be able to see your face. I don't know if that matters,
That's
but
good. That's the least important part of it, but
all right.
something like
All
that.
right.
That'll work.
Yep.
Okay. So let's start it in the back here.
So just to give you a heads up, I'm going to put them in a 4-3-3. So starting between the sticks is my big man, Kobe Gray. I chose him because great guy. I mean, he's one of my best friends, roommates. Hard not to like him. Big guy in the sticks, very confident, very good shot stopper, and probably one of the best PK goalies I've ever witnessed. Like going to the PKs with Kobe in there, like you have pretty good confidence that you're gonna come out there with a win. So that's my keeper choice.
Yeah, I remember Kobe from academy and stuff too. I wasn't there when I wasn't at DU anymore while he was there, but at Real, like he was always at all of the trainings. Like he did the extra stuff in the summer. Always really good attitude. And yeah, you could tell like he took goalkeeping really seriously. Like training with Clint, working on his punts, his goal kicks. And yeah, sounds like he was a good shot stopper.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll start on the right side at right back. I have Bruno Rendon. I played with him at Hailstorm. Unreal athlete. Like she's so fast with him on the right wing. Like you don't even have to worry about that side. Like he can even like the guy. You don't have to worry about the guy beating him because even if the winger beats him, he's so fast he catches up in like 2 steps. So I've never seen such an athletic defender. It's like complete lock on that side having him there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So he's right-footed, plays on the right side. All right, yep. Bruno. Nice, Bruno.
And then right center back, I'll go with Graham Smith. Another great character.
Yeah.
Played with him at DU.
Yeah.
Really fun guy to be around. Great leader, great person. Great on the ball. He's very technical center back. That has a really good passing range.
Yep.
So yeah, easy choice for right center back there.
Yeah, Graham was. I think he was on the U18 academy when you were on the 16 academy. Isn't that right?
I think he was another year old. I think he was already at DU. He may have played at Real because he's also a Colorado native. But I think he's like 2 or 3 years older than me.
Yeah, he was always a beast. But yeah, good with his feet, can head it. And I remember, I was talking with Roger Espinosa because like Graham got drafted to KC. Remember?
Yep.
And I was telling Roger because I know Roger, but I was saying like I think Graham maybe he could have been like an All-American or something but he wasn't. But I was just saying that I think he'll be a better like professional player than he had like his college career.
Mm-hmm.
It was just clear like all the assets that he had, and sometimes you're not on as good of a team. Like if you don't win in college, it's hard to get like accolades and get looks and get drafted and stuff like that. But he did go on to have a really good professional career in KC. Yeah. With KC, and then what was the other one? Sporting.
He's at Charleston Battery now.
Oh, Charleston Battery. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, okay, Graham, that's a great one. Those are two good Colorado players for sure that you played with. So, all right.
Left center back, I'm gonna go with Leo Fola. I also played with him at Hailstorm. He's actually right-footed, but he is quite the good left foot too. So he is very experienced in sliding into left center back, which is always useful because when you have a right-footed left center back, teams usually like to capitalize on that. But he's very comfortable with his left foot. Very technical as well for a center back, but also a physical presence on the field. He's not afraid to get into a strong tackle and set the tone for the game. So I always like to have a good, strong center back. So he's my guy.
Okay, I don't know him, but yeah, it sounds like a good player. The Hailstorm, you guys were really good that like especially your first year, right?
Yeah, we had a really good team. Yeah, and then at left back, I'm gonna put Arthur Rogers. He'd probably give me an earful for putting him at left back because he's actually right-footed, but he can actually still play left back. He has an unbelievable right foot for deliveries. He actually I believe he set the USL 1 assist record our first season. So unbelievable player, incredible delivery, very comfortable, calm on the ball. He's a great outlet to have if you want to play out of the back. Very, very intelligent player. So yeah, he's gonna wrap up that back line for me. What's up?
Did he play in college?
He did play. He did play for like a big name college, because he's from England originally. So forgot what college he came to, but he did play a little bit of college and then went pro. So he's currently at Tulsa FC.
Okay, sweet. So you got your back four?
Yep. And then since it's 4-3-3, I'll do the three in the middle. I'm gonna go with Jackson Dietrich as actually I'll start with the six because that makes more sense to build up. I'll go with Jacob Stenson as my six. He played with me at DU. Swedish player, very technical, but he's also a warrior. Like he's very he wants to win, and you're gonna get that out of him. And he'll do anything to get that win. And I feel like that's a kind of type of grit that you need in a six. And he's like very good on the ball, connect the play, help build out of the back.
Yeah, I remember watching him, and also wears the shin guards like real low.
Oh yeah.
So we need one of those.
Yeah, it obviously correlates with ball skills.
Yeah, we need one of those players in the 11 for sure. But yeah, one thing that stood out to me is he was a hard worker, and he would play any of the positions too.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, a lot of the players I'm choosing, like Graham, can step up to the six if needed. If we got an injury, put him in there. Same with Arthur; he goes in the middle as well. Moving to my 8, I would have Jackson Dietrich, also former Hailstorm player, great guy. That's gonna be a common theme with a lot of these guys. I usually like players that are good people as well, but also very good on the ball. German background, really, really gritty, really good on the ball. Just a very savvy player. He's not necessarily like Bruno that is just gonna beat you over by athleticism, but he's gonna beat you with intelligence. He's just very smart soccer player.
Okay, very cool.
And then to wrap up the middle in the 10, I'm gonna have Danny Robles, also a former Hailstorm player. Very hardworking, very fit player as well. And he's just a hard worker and very honest, and very technical, connects the play, likes to lay it off and make forward runs, which I think is good for the 10, to get in on goal and get those opportunities. And he's always a very smart player in the box, and will find good positions to hit it and get a good goal from the 18 on a cutback.
Awesome. You didn't put yourself in there. You would sub in.
Oh no, I thought I'm managed. I'm on the sideline, directing.
You're the staff. Okay. You can put yourself in there, but it's okay. I was just curious.
So now we'll do the top 3.
You can sub in on the game. This is the Thursday night start.
Yeah,
but you're the Sunday lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how these guys do. If they're not cutting it, we'll make
changes. Yep, makes sense.
Starting at right winger, I have Wolfgang Prentice. Also met him at Hailstorm. He's currently at Oakland Roots. He is such a fun player to watch. He's very speedy, and he takes so many small steps when he runs that the ball it almost looks like it's stuck to him. His steps and touches with the bar are so close and controlled. Very good, very technical player. So he's just an attacking threat. He's so fast, and because his control of the ball while he's at full speed is so good that it's so hard to steal the ball from him, that he can draw fouls or create a lot of dangerous opportunities.
Okay.
Then we'll go left winger. I'm gonna go Marky Hernandez, also a Hailstorm player. He's now at Spokane Velocity. He's a ball of energy. Yeah, he's very hardworking, makes the runs in behind, gets good crosses in. He'll try a fancy trick like a rainbow or something every now and then in the game. He's just a fun player to watch, and he's also a very good person and good teammate. And then wrapping up the team in the number 9 spot, I have Irvin Para. I met him at Hailstorm, but he had a long career before playing there, including playing in Germany. And I've never met a 9 like him that's like, he's a true finisher. Like, you put the ball anywhere in the box in any manner, and somehow it just goes in. Like, he just like deals with it. And I feel like that's a very, very needed skill for a true 9, is just to score. Like, it doesn't have to be pretty. Sometimes it's just happen, but he's there and he'll put it in, and that's what you need.
Amazing. Yeah, I do agree. Why did you choose 4-3-3? Like, what are some of your tactics here?
I like 4-3-3 because I feel like it's just very flexible, and you can adapt to what the other team is doing. Like, you can push one, like you can control how your midfielders join in the attack. You can have your outside backs also join, where you still have like support to have that extra midfielder to cover the back. If needed, like say you're leading the game, you can have those wingers drop into the midfield and almost go to a 4-5-1. So it's just, I feel like a very, very flexible starting position, and you can really adapt from there within the game to what you want to do and how the other team is playing.
Any honorable mentions or like guys coming off the bench or?
Honorable mentions, guys, that'd be a full another roster. There's too many good players that I've met along the way.
Or like team guys?
Team guys. I'd put Bailey Heller as like, a good team guy. He really truly was able to put what's best for the team first at all times, and he'd really be there for other players, even if like things weren't going his way. He wasn't a selfish player at all, where he would like contract, just like sulk and like worry about himself. He's always worried about like other people, and I think that's really important on the team, where there's someone who you can trust will go up to a guy and pull him out of a dark space if he needs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what about for the staff?
Ooh, staff.
Like you said, you're like a player coach.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, we'll see. My title's flexible.
You manage the team fitness levels. How are the team fitness levels? Are they up or low?
The goal is to just run the other team off the field, forget the ball.
So those guys are pretty fit guys.
Yeah, they're all, especially the midfield trio. Those are all like always been like up there on the fittest guys on the team.
And what about for like the coaching stuff? Like, are you going to have a couple assistants, or like are you guys showing up on game day like what to do, or do you need some film? Like, do you need the scout?
No, we take this seriously, so we'll have film and scout. I think head coach, I have to put Jamie Franks. He's very, very he's a very good head coach. Like he has his standards, and he holds the team to those standards, which I feel like is needed for a team. You can't have like confusion of what the coach wants and what the players are doing. You can't have a discrepancy of like what's going on the field. And I feel like he sets standards very well, and his ability to push players, I think, is just like important. So I'd have a lock as a head coach.
Mm-hmm. And what about for training? Like, are you guys just doing a little bit of possession and some small-sided games, or like, what did you like for training? How would you get these guys going?
So I think training would be controlled by my assistant coaches, which I'd actually want two. I'd want Masaki Hemi, and I would also want you, because I like how the drills you guys produce are very technical based and skill based, and I feel like those are very important to balance out the physical or fitness level of like soccer, because naturally it is a very physical intensive game, but you need to work on like, juggling, your touches on the ball, passing drills, tight possession, over the river type drills. And I think you guys like to run drills like that, both of you. And I think having those is very important to like a team, because you can always train fitness, but I feel like the hardest part is that little 10% of that, like the precision in a team.
Okay. Anything else you want to add, or like anything for the squad?
Just leave it all out there. It would be my team mentality,
The team looks good. I like the squad. I don't know all the Hailstorm guys, but the locals for sure.
Yeah.
Graham, that's the first time that he's been like in a starting 11, so that's cool for him too. But so now he'll get an episode, or I'll text him and get him an episode. So that's kind of
he'd be a good guy.
But you'll have to tell him like only if he puts you in there.
I don't know if he would at this point. We'll see.
He would have a good team. See, that's the thing. He would have his own thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's played on a lot of teams, so it's a lot of players.
Okay, well, thanks for your time. Yeah, we can call it there.
Rocket head cone, equipped with a gun to shoot off the legs of his rival. His rival, it seemed, had broken his dreams by stealing the throat of his fancy. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Lil, but everyone knew her as Nancy. Well, now she and her man, who called himself Dan, were in the next room at the hold down. Then Rocky burst in, and grinning a grin, he said, Danny boy, this is a showdown. But Daniel was hot, he drew first and shot, and Rocky collapsed in the corner. Now the doctor called me, stinking of gin, and proceeded to lie on the table. He said, Rocky, you met your match. And Rocky said, Doc, it's only a scratch, and I'll be better, Doc, as soon as I am able. Well, now Rocky Raccoon fell back